Close your eyes and imagine stepping into Korea 400 years ago. What if I told you that the most beautiful palace in Seoul isn't really there? Welcome to Gyeonghuigung Palace, meaning Palace of Joy and Brilliance. But here's what no one tells you. Every single building you see today is a reconstruction. The original palace was stolen, sold, and scattered across Seoul like broken pieces of Korea's heart. This isn't just another Korean palace tour. This is the story of how an entire royal legacy was erased and then brought back to life. Today, I'll show you the shocking truth about what really happened here and why this palace holds the key to understanding Korea's unbreakable spirit. Picture this. It's 1617, and Gwanghaegun is doing something revolutionary that will shock the royal court. Unlike every other Korean palace that faces south according to ancient tradition, he's building his new home to face east. Why? He wanted to watch the sunrise every morning, a symbol of new beginnings. Look at these steps leading to the throne hall. See that phoenix carved in stone? That's not just decoration, it's a message. The phoenix rises from ashes, just like Gwanghaegun hoped his troubled reign would. Above your head, a 7-clawed dragon gazes down, reserved only for the king. For 300 years, this dragon watched over royal ceremonies, coronations, and the rise and fall of dynasties. But here's what makes Gyeonghuigung special. This wasn't built to intimidate. These intimate courtyards, these human-scale buildings, they were designed for living, not just ruling. The name itself tells the story. Gyeonghu, Joy and Brilliance. This wasn't meant to be a fortress. It was meant to be a home where happiness could flourish. And flourish it did. For the next 200 years, this palace would witness some of the most dramatic moments in Korean royal history. Little did anyone know, those moments were being watched by someone very special. Meet King Sukjong. He wasn't just born in these halls in 1661. He lived his entire life story within these walls. For 13 years, these courtyards echoed with his laughter as a child. These pavilions watched him grow from prince to king. And in 1720, he drew his last breath in the same room where he was born. Imagine that, one man's entire existence, from first cry to final whisper, contained within these walls. That's not just history, that's the heartbeat of a place. In this smaller hall, His son King Yongjo spent countless hours reading, writing, dreaming of reforms that would transform Korea forever. But the real drama happened in the women's quarters. Queen In-hyeon walked these gardens, her heart heavy with palace intrigue and political storms. Meanwhile, the ambitious lady Hui Bin-jang plotted in these very shadows. Rising from court lady to royal consort, changing the course of the dynasty. And then there was Lady Hai Jong-hong, who penned her famous memoirs in these rooms. Words that still move readers to tears 250 years later. She wrote, "In this palace, I learned that power and sorrow often sleep in the same bed." Little did she know how prophetic those words would become. Because while these walls witnessed centuries of joy and brilliance, they were about to face their darkest hour. This ancient rock has a story that will break your heart. Originally called Wang-am, meaning King's Rock. For centuries, crystal clear water flowed from this stone, never running dry. Kings drank from this spring. Royal children played beside it. It was living history. But then came 1926. The Japanese colonial government looked at this palace, this living memory of Korean independence, and decided it was in their way. What happened next will make you understand why Koreans still feel this pain today. Building by building, they tore it down. The throne room where kings ruled for 200 years, sold to a Japanese temple for pocket change. The royal quarters where King Sukjong was born and died, demolished for a school playground. Today, if you visit Dongguk University, you can still see the original Sungjengcheon, the throne hall, displaced and forgotten. What once sprawled majestically across these hills was reduced to half its size. The palace that had been home to 10 kings became a memory. At that moment, Korea lost more than buildings. We lost the physical connection to centuries of royal dreams, royal tears, and royal hopes. But the story doesn't end there. Here's where the story becomes beautiful again. In the 1990s, Seoul decided that some stories are too important to lose forever. Stone by stone, beam by beam, Korean artisans brought Gyeonghuigung back to life. Not just the buildings, but the spirit of resilience that defines Korea. Today, when you visit Gyeonghuigung, you're not just seeing history, you're stepping into the heart of a people who refuse to let their stories die. Because Korea's greatest stories aren't in museums. They're alive in every stone that was rebuilt, every tradition that survived, and every heart that chooses to remember.